All right, welcome in everybody. Excited to have you all in here. Tonight's episode is going to be pretty interesting. I am happy to be here on this Friday, and I think that tonight, if you guys give me about 20 to 30 minutes of your time, you're going to be very awakened with the things I have to say. Welcome back to the Ascended Podcast. My name is Caleb Schulke, and this is our next episode. Your network is a lie. I want you guys to open your phone right now. Do it. If you're on it, just open LinkedIn, open your networking app, open your connection count, maybe your follower request if it's Instagram or something. But ideally, whatever you're using to connect with people for your business, go ahead. You got it? Cool. Now, I want you to think about this. If you texted every single one of those people in your follower list, your connection count, and you said, hey, I need $500 wired to me by Friday or I lose my business, how many would actually respond? And more importantly, how many would actually help you out and send you the money? Honest question here, right? How many would say thoughts and prayers, bro? Or how many would actually get on Venmo and wire you the money? I'll tell you the number. It's probably one, maybe two, maybe even zero. And you spent the last 3 years building a following, building a network, trying to be influential like the greats. Your network's a lie. And tonight, I'm going to explain who's profiting off of that lie. Here's what nobody, I think, is talking about today. We're in February 2026. LinkedIn just reported record amounts of connections, record engagement, record premium subscriptions, and simultaneously, record founder isolation, record solo founder burnout, record I haven't had a real conversation with somebody who understands my actual fucking problems in 6 months. How is that possible? How are we more connected than any generation in human history and more alone than any generation in human history at the same time? I'll tell you guys how. Because connection and transaction are not the same thing. You don't have a network. You have an audience of strangers who just happen to like your post once and maybe just enough to follow you. It's nothing more than that. A real network is people who've exchanged money with you, people who've hired you, people who you've hired, right? People who have skin in the game with you, not just people who have liked or commented fire on your reel. I'm going to make some enemies here. Do you guys know what a mastermind is? I'll tell you what a mastermind is. A mastermind is a multi-level marketing group for people with MacBooks. Think about it. What's the structure? You pay somebody at the top $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a year to sit in a room with other people who also basically sit in the room. And what do you do in the room? You talk about how great the room you're in is. And then you recruit other people into that room. The same is true with LinkedIn. That is just a pyramid with a dress code. And here's a part that should make you angry. The person running it, the guru at the top of this nonsense you see online half the time, ask them this question. How many transactions have you facilitated, you personally, between people in this room? No, not introductions, not just putting them there. Actual money exchanged, actual work delivered, actual problem solved for actual amounts of payment. The answer, I guarantee you, with 90% of these influencers, if you ask Andrew Tate, right, it's probably going to be zero, because they don't make money when you transact with each other, right? They get paid when you pay them. Their incentive, like Andrew Tate, right, all these big gurus, is to keep you needing the room that they're in, to keep needing Hustlers University, to keep needing Iman Gadji's Academy Accelerator program, right? Not to make you successful enough so that you leave, just enough to keep you dependent on them. And it fucking works. So let me map this out for you, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. There is an entire economy. I call it the networking industrial complex, built on your loneliness as a founder. And it's damn good. Layer one, the conferences. $2,000 ticket, maybe just a webinar you see on YouTube, right? You fly there, you watch it, whatever it is. You stand in a room with a drink, you exchange business cards or introductions with people who are also trying to sell you something. You fly back home, maybe you write it off for your business, you spend the money and nothing happens. Layer two, the masterminds, right? I just cover this. It's a subscription to a group chat with a fancy fucking name. Layer three, the courses. Build your network in 90 days. Join my program to understand how to make money generating images for people's ads using AI, whatever the hell it is. $800. What do you actually get? A PDF that says, do these 3 things and you'll be rich. Thanks. Revolutionary. Layer 4, and this is the newest one, the AI networking apps. Will match you with founders using artificial intelligence. So you're saying a robot is going to find me a friend, and I'm paying $19 a month for that? My guy, I have enough fake connections as it is. I don't need your shit. Every single layer of the system has one thing in common. You might have figured it out. None of them make money when you make money. They make money when you stay or when they keep you dependent on them. They need you lonely. They need you searching. The moment that you find what you're looking for, they lose a customer. Let that sink in. So here's my filter for this, right? I call it the transaction test, and it will expose 90% of the people in your network as strangers. Ask yourself 3 questions before you call anybody in your network a connection. First, have they ever paid you for something? Anything at all? A service, a product, consulting, even you buying you Taco Bell or lunch to pick your brain. 2, have you ever paid them? Same thing on any of those tasks or more. 3, would either of you either do those things in the next 30 days? Would you be willing to? If the answer to all 3 is no, which most likely it is for 99% of your followers, it's not a connection. I'm sorry. That's a notification. That's just a name on an ego list that you can brag about having followers, a name in your phone that might as well be, in my opinion, a spam caller, not there in the first place. And I'm not being cynical here. I'm just being honest about how it is. That's how social media is. The people who have changed my life, every single person that I've had, make a considerable difference, moved money between us. That's why I remember them. Not because the relationship was extraordinary or because it was simply just transactional, because the relationship was real. Real enough that we trusted each other with each other's money. Not, like selling you the dream or just simply being a concierge or an escrow service, right? Real enough that it seemed like I actually gave a shit about that person. Real enough that we delivered things for each other. Real enough that there were stakes involved. I would consider my bold statement, 90% of the people I've done business with on Fiverr or Upwork, editing my videos and stuff, as more real relationships than pretty much all of my followers on social media. A connection without stakes is just content. You are just consuming each other like content, and you call it networking, and you're being stupid for it. I'm not going to lie. That's exactly what's happening. So this is why I built what I built. I didn't need another community. I don't need LinkedIn. The world doesn't need another Slack group. It doesn't need another WAP community, Discord group, whatever it is. I didn't build another mastermind. I definitely didn't build another AI matching Tinder style swipe app that sends you a stranger every Tuesday. I built a marketplace and a place where founders hire each other. That's it. That's the entire thing. You have a skill. Maybe it's creating a good graphic, right, for advertising. Another founder needs that skill. You come to Altura. You do the work. We hold the money. When you're done, you get paid. They get results, and they get the protection of us holding the money. And now, you and that person have done business. You trust each other. You have a real connection that is based on things, shit, happening in the real world. Trust was not just expected. It was earned because something real happened. It's not a like, it's not a comment, not a coffee chat, not a networking group, not a meetup.com event on a Zoom call that you don't give a shit about afterwards. A transaction. Money moved, value was exchanged, trust was earned. And here's the part that should bother you about, honestly, every other platform out there. We take 5% for being the middleman to hold the money while you guys do your service. That's really all I think it's worth, 5%. For the security and the concierge, maybe sometimes the troubleshooting. Upwork, Fiverr that I mentioned are the really only two big platforms you can do this on. I wouldn't trust Craigslist to manage an ad campaign for me. They don't even hold your money. Upwork takes 20%. These masterminds take 25 grand a year of Zoom calls where nothing really happens. You just sit there, drink your drink, say you're part of the exclusive group, and then you leave, and then you really feel bad afterwards because your money's gone. And maybe you get a small tax write-off because of it. 5% of something real that actually builds you somebody that you have for the rest of your life, that is proven, man to man, doing business, versus 20% of something else that's really 100% of nothing. That's the math. That's the whole pitch. That's Altura. So here's what I want you to do, and I'm absolutely dead serious about this. Go to alturasociety.com. It's down here. Go to our marketplace right now. You don't need to sign up. You don't need an account for it. You don't need to give me your email. You don't need to pay anything. Just look it up. Find one person on there who does something that you actually need. A landing page, a pitch deck, automation, content, whatever you're putting off for 3 months because you're trying to figure it out yourself, and it's way cheaper to just hire somebody and eat the cost. Now ask yourself, right? Is this person that you just found that is an expert at this, that's doing it for pretty cheap, are they more valuable to you than the last 50 LinkedIn connections that you accepted? Because you can also network with them. You can also use our social media, our direct messages, and get to know them outside of just doing business. That's your answer. It's based on the actual business getting done. That's the difference between a network and a marketplace. A network like LinkedIn is where you browse a feed that looks like Facebook and you don't give a shit about somebody's 5K they ran. You care about the network. The network makes you feel connected. A marketplace makes you dangerous because you can actually execute on that connection in the same app that you're finding it. Stop networking. Start transacting. Without further ado, please use alturasociety.com. Check us out. I'm here for all of you, and I wish you the best. I'm always, as I say, rooting for you. Please check out the website. If you have questions, if you want to use Nova, please go to usenova.live in your browser and check it out. It's dropping on the App Store Tuesday, and we will see you inside of Altura on the other side. Have a great night. Take care.